Good morning, millennials. Apologies for the delay. We pretty much jinxed ourselves a few weeks ago when we were sitting here talking about how neither one of us have ever overslept, and it's like crazy, and we've never missed a show.
And what happened 2 weeks ago where I overslept, but I still made it by like 10:35. I just like overslept a half hour. Like today, I woke up at 10:35.
Well, I was like, I didn't want to be annoying at like 10:27, and then like
I was actually looked back, and I was like, I wonder at what point she was concerned that I wasn't here.
Because I am usually here before you, so like I wasn't really concerned about it. And then it was like hardcore 10:30. So I asked Margot to check your location because for some reason you share your location with Margot and not me.
Well, because she shares hers with me and you don't.
Okay, we'll figure that out. Yeah. And I was just like, she's definitely asleep, like for sure. And I called your door woman, actually.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, have you seen Jackie? She's like, no, Zach left, but we haven't seen Jackie. I'm like, can you go upstairs and ring her doorbell? And I thought for sure like she was gonna say no. Like, why is she supposed to believe that I'm your sister? You know what I mean? But she was lovely, very accommodating. She said, yeah, we'll send someone up. So is that what woke you up?
That's what woke me up, and I just woke up with the startle. And I literally would have never woken up otherwise because my phone is on silent. But what's so crazy, I woke up at 7:30. Zach had already left. He left really early this morning. And I checked my phone to make sure my alarm was on because I was like, ooh, another hour of sleep. Let me make sure I don't miss it.
That's weird.
So I know my alarm was on. I obviously just turned it off when it tried to wake me up.
Oh, did you? I do that all the time.
Yeah, that's a thing that I do in my sleep, but this time it went way too far. So I think I'm gonna have to get a real alarm clock because like this can't happen.
No, you gotta get like an iHome or something.
Yeah, I have to get like a little thing that runs on the floor and I have to get up and stomp on it.
Or one of those ones that like slaps you in the face. Have you seen that one?
No.
Yeah, that's cute. That'll be good for you.
So anyways, like what a shit show of a morning. Well, now I know the quickest time I need to get ready, and it was a hard 15 minutes. I'm so sorry, everyone.
No, it's okay.
We did it. I mean, it sucks for the people who are live. I'm sure they're having like PTSD.
Well, I was thinking like when it was like 11:35, I'm like, I'm sure I'm getting so many messages. Literally, like there was none. And now I'm like, okay, nobody watches our show.
No, but I think sometimes people give us a grace period because like things do happen.
It's live television, people.
It's New York City. There's always traffic. But today was, this is actually my worst nightmare. And I am shocked that it hasn't happened sooner. But it is what it is. Actually, it happened to you once, but on the breath. Yeah.
But no, I was thinking that also. I didn't oversleep. I was down at the New York Stock Exchange.
That was something else. There was a day where Corinne came on that you overslept.
Yes, Corinne was the day that I was at the Stock Exchange.
The day that Olivia hosted with me, you were at the Stock Exchange, and we just started, and you were going to come when you got there. There was a day that Olivia hosted with me, but instead I hosted with Corinne the day that you overslept.
Oh.
Whatever. Anyways, I'm really sorry, guys.
No, it's all good.
I'll say it won't happen again, but I have no guarantee. It was out of my control. It was my subconscious just turning off alarms.
And you know what? I'm surprised I didn't oversleep with these vivid-ass dreams I was having. Like I was pregnant, and I blacked out and gave birth. And my baby,
what a great way to give birth.
By the end of like the day that I gave birth, like the baby was already grown up. Like it was so weird. I'm like, why is my baby growing so fast?
So you.
Yeah, it was so weird. And I was like, you need to stay young forever. And then Theo was breastfeeding. It was so weird.
That's so weird. I think it's a metaphor about Theo because he's obviously become so independent.
Yeah.
And he's just growing up right before your eyes.
No, it's true. And it's like really sad. My baby was super cute too.
Oh, I'm happy for you.
Well, I think I had a dream about a baby because I was out to dinner last night, and very annoyingly, I got seated next to this party that had like a baby that was like crying.
Where'd you go to dinner?
I went to Polo Bar.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Not to like put them on blast, but they did seat Brian and I like literally in the very back at like the worst table with this group family that was having a 75th birthday party, and like all the babies were there, and it was just like really annoying.
Well, at least it happened to you and it wasn't on your birthday, so.
Did that happen to you?
Like, yeah. And we had a really nice time, but they took forever to seat us when we clearly had a reservation.
That always happens at Polo Bar.
And we were all there. And then, like, yeah, we were in the back and whatever. But it was
I don't
fine.
mind.
We were having a good time, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, no, I don't mind being told that I have to wait for a table because honestly, if it's like a good vibe, me and Brian sat at the bar, we had like 4 drinks. Like, that I don't care about.
Yeah.
And honestly, Polo Bar is just like a good ambiance. Like, there are worse places to be stuck having a drink.
100%.
Unless I'm like starving, like I want to kill someone.
Like, the point is to be stuck there having a drink.
Yeah, so I didn't mind. But then it was just like, me and Brian, we never get together. And then we got together, and it was just like, this baby was crying in my ear, and I was just like...
That's not
It was really annoying. And it's also like so... Polo Bar is like so snotty, like, I'm surprised they like let that fly. She must have been important. Oh, also the mother of the child...
The baby was important. A big child star.
The mother of the child was... Oh my God.
Had a hair in her throat? What is it? Cat ball? Fur ball?
Unclear. Oh my God. I just choked. the mother of the child was the most beautiful woman. It was sickening how beautiful this woman is. And like the baby was so fresh, but she was like in this tight jumpsuit. Like she looked so skinny. I was like, wow. She was goals.
She was the snatcher.
And only she could get away with, having a crying baby at Polo Bar.
100%. And she did.
Yeah.
An interesting personal update for me that I just wanted to share with everyone is that I joined TikTok.
Oh my God, I saw. Like, what are you doing?
Well, I just realized I was just like home. I happened to be Insta-storying a lot. And I know I said I wouldn't join TikTok because like I'm too old and I don't want to just like be trying to be young, but like that's really what I post is like those videos, dancing and lip syncing. So like I might as well post them on TikTok. Like, and I'm not trying to be a TikTok star, and I'm really not looking for TikTok fame. I'm just really looking for a creative outlet. Bless you. She sneezed on it. It's true. It's true. Bless you. And a passion project, and I think it could be another passion project.
As someone who like firmly believes in the importance of having passion projects, I really, really support you.
Thank you so much. And you know what? Maybe one day, like I'll see you on there. We can collab.
I'm on there.
We can collab.
My Musical.ly was turned into a TikTok when I tried to be a kid and have a Musical.ly, and it's like so embarrassing. Like, go check me out, girl, no job.
That's humiliating.
It's humiliating.
I've also like made 1,000 accounts, like trying to figure out if I ever once made one as Jackie O Problems because I can't get that handle, so I'm just Jackie Oshry on TikTok. Check me out. It's definitely gonna be like full of dancing and fun and lip syncing, but also like the campers are meant for TikTok.
They are, and so is the Irish camper for sure.
The Irish camper, and you can find her on TikTok.
Speaking of passion projects, make sure you're following Toast News Network on Instagram. We're posting premium content all the goddamn time, and we're announcing new shows sometime soon.
Yeah. Speaking of passion projects in TNN, this sweatshirt is made by Lauren Elizabeth.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
I
got mine made by Lauren Elizabeth package last night too. It came with a very cute vegan leather jacket.
Yeah, so vegan.
Also,
it was delicious.
We need to correct something we said on the show yesterday about NARS being cruelty free. It like is in America, but it's like not internationally. It's not fully cruelty free. I just needed to put a disclaimer out there.
Okay, well then Sephora shouldn't be going around telling people being the #1 Google search when you search is NARS cruelty free.
Well, Sephora is also their collection, like Sephora collection brand, is not cruelty free. So it's not shocking that they're covering up the sins of other brands.
It's full of cruelty?
Yeah, very cruel.
That's crazy.
The word cruel, oh my God, I just realized Cruella de Vil, because she's cruel.
Yeah.
Genius. Disney movies are always like, shocking me.
Yeah, they have so many different layers.
Like, you know what? You know when words like shook you?
Yeah.
Like the word therapist is the rapist?
Yeah, that's weird.
Makes you think.
That's definitely not a thing. But actually, speaking of words, we have a great story for you today pertaining to words. So, without further ado, do you think that it is time?
I actually think it was time 30 minutes ago, so... Shade.
It's time for the Fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast, y'all.
It's time. It's time. I won't argue with you, but what I will do is interrupt you. Because while it is time, I'd be so upset. I would almost be like remiss, maybe devastated, even heartbroken.
No, we couldn't have that.
Yeah, if I didn't let you know that today's episode is brought to you by one of our newer sponsors, Ember Wave. Most public places heat or cool spaces, aiming for a temperature that is comfortable for only 80% of the population, leaving many people thermally undeserved. And if you're one of the people whose like entire mood is predicated off your temperature, then Ember Wave might just be the technology for you. Although Ember Wave is not a medical device, for those with medical conditions related to temperature, Ember Wave can help remedy bursts of temperature extremes or other uncomfortable sensations. Ember Wave is there when you need it the most. Essentially what Ember Wave is, it looks like a bracelet. You wear it around your wrist and it helps temperature control your body. So when you're uncomfortable temperature-wise, you can activate your Ember Wave to instantly cool or warm. Science has shown that cooling or warming sensitive areas of your body, like your wrist, improves your overall comfort, just like running your wrist under cold water to provide you with refreshing chill, and cupping your hands around a hot drink will give you a comfortable feeling of warmth. Ember kind of emulates that and helps just feel your overall. I don't think I've ever used the heating part of it. I only use the cooling because I sweat everywhere I go.
Now that we're in like a pine-based season, I actually have been using the heating and it's so nice and delicious.
And by the way, it helps with unpredictable climates, and in this tough climate change time period, I think an Ember Wave has never been more necessary.
Totally pertinent to the situation.
It can help you relieve stress, and it can support you when you sleep, because if you're a sweaty sleeper like I am, oh my God, it's torture waking up with like that big puddle of sweat between your titties. It really is the worst. Some places you can use Ember Wave include your over air-conditioned office, restaurants, airplanes. After a workout, malls, in the car, crowded public spaces, and way more. They're also having a Black Friday Cyber Monday sale, so you definitely want to get in on that. Our listeners can get $60 off if they go to emberwave.com/toast. That's EMBRWAVE.com/toast. One more time, that's EMBRWAVE.com/toast. It was invented by 3 MIT scientists, and hopefully one of them is single.
Sign on. Feel amazing.
Works for me.
Okay, are you ready for our first story? It's really for you.
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
Because Taylor Swift is on the cover of British Vogue, looking like British camper, looking incredibly beautiful.
Looking like snatchy fucking O.
Totally, and talking about and to Andrew Lloyd Weber.
Yeah, it was an interesting interview where it was a third-party interview.
So highbrow, I can't.
She's so, by the way, and now that she's like British because like she loves a London boy, her like highbrowness has been escalated like to a whole other level. When I first saw this cover, for a second I didn't realize that it was her. And then I was like, what is this Photoshop fail? But then the more I looked at it, like she really is just like a model.
No, she's never looked better.
It looked better.
It completely looks like her, but it's just like whoever did hair and makeup like did a really good job. Yeah. Usually on these covers they make people look uglier, but they just like enhance.
She also doesn't do straight hair that much, which I'm loving the straight hair.
Yeah, and it's I love the length.
And she's not doing her classic red lip thing that you like.
Yeah, she's going with more of a Kylie matte, which I vibe with.
I wonder if she was using like a KKW beauty. That'd be so crazy.
No, 1,000%.
No, it's like Kim was on set and she Instagram storied and you hear them in the background listening to Lover. So like crazy things happen on set. Like maybe she really liked one of the Kylies.
No, just the makeup artist likes Kylie's formulas.
Yeah, even though like Taylor Swift definitely is like the same makeup artist like for everything.
Yeah.
And then you know what's so crazy is like so many celebrities are always like whoring out their glam and like you don't know who does Taylor Swift's hair and makeup.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure the stans do, but like you don't see her tagging them on Instagram, you know?
No.
She pays full price.
Oh, for sure. Anyways, let's get to the content because Andrew Lloyd Weber is interviewing her. They're talking about cats.
Pat McGrath actually is all the cosmetics. I remember reading that somewhere. So
oh my God, such good stuff.
That's why she looks so fucking snatched.
That's why she's the Snatchler.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. So, pop superstar Taylor Swift knows the upcoming movie adaptation of the Cats musical in which she appears is pretty strange, and that's what she likes about it. Quote, I had an amazing time with Cats. I think I love the weirdness of it, she told Andrew Lloyd Weber, the composer of the original Broadway show who interviewed her for British Vogue's January cover story. The film's use of, quote, digital fur technology to turn actors into their feline alter egos has raised eyebrows. But Swift, who plays flirty kitty Bambalurina, knew working on the flick would be a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I loved how I felt I'd never get another opportunity to be like this in my life. Swift also co-wrote the single Beautiful Ghosts with Weber for the movie.
By the way, that song is really good. Cats is so weird, and if you watch the last season of Kimmy Schmidt, they talk about how weird it is, which is so funny.
Which was just like, and it was such funny timing that like right after that it was announced they were going to redo Cats. And
yeah, it's almost like it was planned.
Yeah.
And while I'm not the typical demographic for Cats, the musical, because I've never seen the actual musical, I don't get it, and I don't like live for the actual animal cats. I think Taylor Swift being in it is like one of the most brilliant like collaborations of our time. Like she's a cat lady, and now she's actually a cat. Brilliant.
Agreed. Now, if I hadn't just seen The Lion King, I would have said this looks so weird.
Same.
And so stupid and so creepy. But I love The Lion King. I think technology can do incredible things. And I will reserve judgment until if and when I see it.
And I'm kind of here for like Jason Derulo now being like a respected theater act.
A respected cat.
Did you see that picture of his penis?
Of course.
Did you think it was fake?
No.
No, me neither.
No, like I just assume that that's how big his
If you're
penis
gonna be
is.
like so not subtle, like it can't be fake because obviously everyone's gonna be talking about it.
And Jason Derulo like totally
has a big penis. Yeah. And he's like a real artist, and now I'm really like excited. Like he can now put on his resume. He worked with Andrew Lloyd Weber.
That's so cool for him.
He doesn't need to say Jason Derulo.
He's also worked with David Foster, low key, because he sang I Just Can't Wait to Be King on when David Foster redid all those Disney songs.
Oh.
And it's a great rendition.
You know, that reminds me, David Foster's on tour, and I think we should go.
The Hitman?
Yeah.
Weird name. Oh, maybe because he's a man full of hits.
Yeah. Oh. No, I get it, but a hitman is also like a type of person who kills someone for money. So I definitely see the confusion.
That's actually a really funny name. Is it a comedy tour?
Maybe. Well, I know Catherine McPhee is on it, so it must be funny. And I think he has people come out, because I don't know if he himself sings. He plays a piano, obviously.
I think he can carry a tune.
He definitely can carry a tune, but I think that would be an interesting show to go to. And it was so funny, I was like looking at all the tour dates, and I guess he definitely caters to like an older demographic, and like all the towns on his tour list were like retirement villages.
They were like Verona and Tarrytown?
Yeah. Stop. Tickets available at girlwithnojob.com. I'm going to be in Rama, Ontario this weekend. Hit me up at Casino Rama. You're going to want to be there. I'm also going to Tarrytown, Westchester. There's like 10 tickets left. Tickets available at girlwithnojob.com. Next week, I'll be in Verona, New York, which, by the way, I didn't realize I have to take a plane to. Torture. But but it's a casino, which I'm very excited for. Turning Stone Casino. I think we're all going to be turning stones together. Don't worry, the casino provides their own stones.
Do not bring your stone. I've been told to repeat, do not bring a stone.
It's like not going to be funny when I'm like on stage getting stoned to death. You know, tons of shows. Kansas City, Atlantic City, Inglewood. Tickets available. Where are they available?
Ooh, is this a trick question?
No.
Girlwithnojob.com.
Yeah.
Girlwithnojob.com.
One more time. Girlwithnojob.com.
Love it. Sign on, smell amazing.
Truly.
Okay, well, happy for Taylor Swift that she like is just so fashion, so Snatcher, etc. So Cats.
So Cats, and it's like I'm excited. We're getting a lot of Taylor Swift content only because she's doing Cats promo, and it's like, when are we getting a carpool karaoke? And James Corden is in Cats.
That's a really good question.
And I believe James Corden like announced his lineup of like next carpool karaoke acts, and like she wasn't on there.
Why wouldn't she do it? She'd be so great at it. Like,
I know, and people give her so much shit for like not being talented. Like, she's just a pop star. She could really prove herself.
100%, and she loves to dance in a seat. Like, this was made for her.
No, I know, and it's also perfect promo because James Corden is in Cats.
Yeah,
he is a cat.
He is the cat.
So
I big cat on campus.
Was James Corden in? Oh, you know what we didn't talk about yesterday? Recapping TV that we wanted to.
Crazy Musgraves Christmas special.
Crazy Musgraves.
I wrote it down in my notes. Yes.
It was spectacular.
It was a masterpiece.
It was beautifully done. Honestly, it was a little too short because I could have used more.
But I would rather be too short than too long.
Of course,
you
The
should
Irishman.
always leave them wanting more.
It was just so beautifully done. I feel like she's a very specific aesthetic, and it really came through like in the clothes, in the set, in the music. And while I could have lived without Zooey Deschanel, it was okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. I feel like Casey and I have so much in common, yet all of her choices for guest stars are not who I would have chosen.
Fred Armisen.
But I thought it was great.
Me too.
Like, Camila Cabello really stole the show.
She really, my opinion on her is turning ever since the AMAs, and the Casey Musgraves Christmas special really helped turn those stones even more.
Yeah. And the looks were just like glam as hell.
Oh my God, they were like sickening.
And it was just so cute and cheeky.
Yeah, and we don't get like specials like that.
No, we get nothing special.
Nothing.
Ever. No one gives us anything special because we can't have nice things because everyone ruins them.
And Dan Levy was really great.
He was.
He's so funny.
He's great.
Yeah, and I like how they kept breaking down the fourth wall, being like, we hired you to like be positive and cheery. Like, I liked that. I thought it was really well done.
I thought it was like funny too. Like,
and you know who worked on it? Hannah Lux Davis, which is why it was good because everything she touches is fucking brilliant. She also did the Rainbow music video for Casey.
She's the definition of in tune with what's necessary.
No, like if I ever have a music video, like she must produce it.
Oh my God, of course.
She did the Seven Rings music and the Thank You Next music video, like.
And the Toast Holiday Edition music video.
She's like really like the go-to director when it comes to like relevant music videos these days.
100%. She's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for our next story? Also cool, also fun.
Always.
Lizzie McGuire alum Ethan Kraft
is engaged
to a Lizzie lookalike.
Yeah, and the only thing I learned from this picture of him and his fiance is that Ethan Kraft is still hot.
Yeah, he's still the Snatcher, and you know what? It's good because I feel like we see all these stories about like teenage heartthrobs, and even like that hot guy from your high school who's just like you saw him on Thanksgiving and he ain't it.
And he's still living in his parents' house.
But Ethan Kraft is like he's the Tinsley Mortimer, the exception, not the rule, where it's just like this can happen.
Yeah,
don't give up on the high school man of your dreams.
And he seems really stable.
Yeah.
But you know what it was about Ethan Kraft, the character? Like, he wasn't a bad guy.
No.
Like, that girl, Kate, was, like, always, like, manipulating him, but he himself was a nice guy.
He was a nice guy, but he was just, like, he was the definition of ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, to the point where it's, like...
He was just a little too stupid.
Yeah, and it's, like, you're 16, like... You should know how to...
And, like, you're probably, like, 25 in real life.
Yeah, and I think that this is just another moment where it's worth mentioning that Lizzie McGuire only had 2 seasons. Like, I just think not enough people are talking about that. No. Well, they're going into their 3rd season now. It's the weirdest thing ever.
I think it's so important, the work that you're doing, to shine light on this issue.
It's incredibly fucking strange.
That, like, and you know who it's sad for? The children, because it's like these children only got 2 seasons of a show that they loved and like nobody even realized.
No, actually it's a real indicator of how much things have changed because a show like Lizzie McGuire could have been so integral in our upbringings only having had 2 seasons, whereas these days, like, no show would have made as big of an impact with only 2 seasons.
I don't know if a JoJo Siwa show.
Yeah. Do you see JoJo Siwa, did you see her Christmas lights?
No.
Her house looks nuts. It's like filled with gumdrop stickers all over it. She like wrapped it in wrapping paper.
Stop. I feel for her.
No,
like,
I know.
I could just see her every night like taking a hot bath, like dragging on her cig, being like, how did I get here?
No, I know. And like she takes that ponytail down and like she definitely has like bald spots because her ponytail is so high.
Unlike Ariana Grande, she has nerve endings.
Yeah, no, she's still young. Like they're fresh.
That pony hurts her.
No, I know. Like I feel like there's a lot of pain behind that ponytail. Like obviously physical pain, but more like emotional pain.
And I just feel like she just wants to be who she is. Like she loves.
And she also had like her JoJo Siwa wrapped BMW sitting in the front of the driveway. Like she's gonna get robbed. Like if everyone knows where she lives, like you drive by that house, like I wonder who lives there.
I think JoJo Siwa.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, well, I'm really happy for Ethan Kraft. This picture was so cute. It was a throwback, and it's really great promo for this upcoming season of Lizzie McGuire.
Is he in it?
I'm not sure.
He has to be.
Might as well be. Like,
what if Ethan and Lizzie like were like living together in the big city, like they fell in love? Like where do we pick up? I know it's like a couple millennials. It's basically younger. It's millennials living in Manhattan.
And it's like, is Lizzie a pop star now because she took the stage in Italy and she never looked back?
Right. So I wonder if they're like going to address that at all, like actually, the controversy.
She looked back once and it just like wasn't a flattering shot.
And she shook her shoulders.
I look for, honestly, it's younger.
I literally just said that.
I know, and I'm agreeing.
I wonder if they work in publishing.
Yeah. Well,
did you finish this season of Younger?
I don't think so.
It was good.
I like it. I think it's just such a fun, easy to watch show.
And anytime Peter Herman is like, in my bedroom, I'm okay with that.
Right. Even when like what's going on the screen isn't like exactly what I would have written, it's just fun to watch.
Yeah, it is a little annoying how like Charles and Liza like can never get their shit together. Like whenever it's like good, even this season it's like it's bad.
Yeah.
Like, and by the way, we have to suspend disbelief that someone like Charles would ever travel to Brooklyn like and sleep in a loft. Like,
right,
that would
when
never
he
happen.
has a perfectly lovely townhouse uptown. She works in the city. Why wouldn't she sleep there every night? Also, she's living with her roommate like for free. Her friend like threw her a bone. The bone's up. And the bone has been chewed. Like.
And also, how does Maggie pay rent on that loft for being like an artist?
Oh, I mean, she probably has like rent stabilization. She's probably been there forever. She's like Lillian from
Kimmy Schmidt.
Schmidt. She lives on the side of a boat.
Yeah.
That was also a weird thing.
Lillian was like a weird character with that guy who died. Like, and she like was fighting to protect his legacy. Like,
and like his daughter Sheba.
The show took a really fucking weird turn.
It really did. But anyways, I understand how Debbie Mazar pays the rent. But like, what's her name? Younger?
Liza.
I was going to call her Eliza.
Yep.
Liza wasn't supposed to live with her forever, so it's like you finally caught a man.
Get out.
Move uptown.
Yeah, or like at least stop spending so much time at your loft and bringing your mans there.
Yeah, and your kid and your friends and your friends' friends.
Oh, she's out of control. She's a real schnorrer, like the way she just kind of like took over Maggie's apartment.
No, it's so not right.
It's not right.
She's a creative. She needs a space to think.
And like Josh is always there.
Of course her art is suffering. Oh, and the one person they bring in like stole her art.
Oh, that was really sad.
That was so weird.
Also, when Debbie Mazar got stuck in that harness upside down,
yeah,
that was funny.
That was really funny.
It's a good show.
She's the best part of the show.
I would agree.
It took me a while to realize that and appreciate her.
Yeah, and nobody in the cast appreciates her. Like, Liza doesn't realize like how good of a friend she has. She's always she's always like,
belittling?
No, what's the word? Blank off. It's like when you
bug off.
No, when you like cancel plans, like
blank off.
Like you're always. Oh my god. It's like
blowing off.
Blowing off. Thank you.
Wow. Agreed. But I do feel like Kelsey has a little bit of respect for her because I feel like Kelsey was the one who.
Kelsey's the only one in the show with her head on straight.
Oh yeah, of course. Except she's a little nuts too.
Yeah. She needs to stop just having sex with everyone. Like, yeah. That's her problem.
No, it really is her problem. Well, congratulations to Ethan Kraft. Looking forward to Lizzie McGuire. I have to get Disney Plus, but right now I'm watching The Crown, and so nothing else matters.
Yeah.
I only have 3 more episodes left, and I'm so upset about it.
And I know that, like, as Verizon customers, we get a free year of Disney Plus, but, like, I'm just so unsure about how to go about finding that free subscription.
Right, and, like, shouldn't only apply to, like, one television, and the Snitch already snatched it.
Did she?
Yeah, of course. That's why she was asking for the Verizon login.
Oh, my God, that's why she's the Snatchler.
That's why she's the Snatchler. I'm so excited for this week's episode of The Snatchler because she is having Olivia on, and like honestly, Margot and Nicole need to talk to Olivia. Like
they need to talk to an adult.
Yeah, and Olivia's gonna set them straight, and I think it's gonna be like great for Margot and Nicole, and also everyone who listens who's in their position as well.
Me too.
I think it's gonna be transformative. Okay, next up, Kendall Jenner is getting a new show with her twin brother.
Oh my God, I saw this. It's on Quibi.
Oh.
Quibi is that app that like people in the industry, like I've been taking meetings, like everyone just like talks about Quibi for 5 years. Like, people have been talking about this program. It's like a new streaming service that's being released. It's like long form, short content. It's 10-minute episodes. Like, that's like the max. You can't have anything longer than 10 minutes on Quibi. It has like a ton of investment, so like people are just like flocking towards it. But I don't think any consumer actually gives a shit about it. But they're coming up with ideas. That's also in the most recent episode of Kardashians, or 2 episodes ago, where they were talking about Khloe and True's TV show, and there was a mark on the wall and she couldn't stop thinking about it. That was Quibi too. So it's obvious that the Kardashians have a big deal with Quibi.
Oh my God, that's so interesting.
But Kendall Jenner obviously has no part of the show except her name on it and making money, because it's about an Instagram influencer, Kirby Jenner.
Yeah, exactly.
Kirby Jenner got famous on Instagram for photoshopping himself into photos of the Kardashians, and it's actually really funny. And like, the Kardashians have noticed him a bunch of times over the years, so it's obvious that like Kendall, like, they have a relationship.
Yeah, sorry, now that I know this is on Quibi, like, it's just not as big of a deal.
No, it's like, who cares?
Yeah, it's like
it's a web show.
No, it's like they decided to make a YouTube video together. I don't care.
Yeah.
But Kendall Jenner was in the Casey Musgraves Christmas special.
Oh, yeah. And, I'm about to blow everyone's mind. I've never seen Love Actually, so I didn't know that those signs was like a nod to that. I'm like, why aren't they talking?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that makes it so much better.
And is Love Actually also a Christmas movie?
Yes,
Got
very
it, okay.
much so. It's like the Christmas movie.
Got it. Well, it's not the Christmas movie, Elf is, but yeah.
No, but like Love Actually, it's like, Valentine's Day.
It's a Christmas rom-com.
Do you know Valentine's Day starring Taylor Swift?
Of course.
That's the Valentine's Day version of Love Actually.
Got it.
Same director and everything. Where it's like a bunch of different people's Christmas storylines in one movie, and they kind of relate.
New Year's Day.
Yes, New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
I loved Kendall in the Christmas special. I just loved everything about it. And even
Kendall looked sickening.
She looked like so stunning. And Casey, and I love their friendship, and like that's who I would have called on, a Kardashian.
Yeah, I think the evolution of their friendship is incredibly interesting, because as you know, we reported like 2 years ago how they first were publicly tied together was Kendall put up an Instagram story while she was sitting on the balcony of her hotel room at the Bowery Hotel, and in the background was a billboard for Casey's new album, Golden Hour, at the time, and Kendall Jenner like blurred it out, and it was really weird, and people were like commenting like, why did you blur out her billboard? Like, it was almost like she didn't want to promote it, and then she like gave some half-ass apology, being like, oh, I love Space Cowboys, my jam, ask my friends, I love country music. It was like the most fake-ass apology, but I guess maybe she really does fuck with country music, because she went to Casey went to the Kardashian Halloween party. I do believe they went to her show in LA, so it's real.
Yes, very real. I'm a big fan of the friendship. We've come so far.
We've come so far.
Okay, next story
is brought to you by Kopari, a brand that we absolutely love and adore here, and we would be RDH if we didn't mention them.
We'd be RDH.
Here's a harsh reality.
We're almost RDH.
Just because it's not warm out doesn't mean you don't sweat. So effing true. So even though you might be making changes to your beauty routine this winter, there are some things you need to year round. So yes, I find that I definitely moisturize my weenuses and my face way more in the winter, and I don't really realize that like I should be hydrating my armpits like just as much.
Just as much, if not more.
And we have been using the Kopari aluminum-free coconut deodorant for, I would say, maybe a year now that they've been sponsoring the toast. And at first I was like a little nervous about transferring over to natural deodorant, but ever since I did, I'm literally like the face of clean beauty.
You are.
No, I am. I'm the armpit of clean beauty. Kopari's coconut deodorant is a cleaner alternative to traditional deodorants. It is aluminum-free, vegan. It does not contain any silicones, sulfates, parabens, GMOs, or baking soda. When thinking about putting like a drugstore deodorant on your armpits are like actually like a really important part of your body. Like, you have glands there, and I just think it's a really irresponsible thing to do. And I can't believe that like since middle school, like I was using like so many chemicals in my deodorant.
The chemicals, it's crazy. And like the chemicals require more chemicals because you become immune, and then you have like an armpit full of chemicals.
Instead of using a bunch of questionable ingredients you probably don't want in your body, Kopari's deodorant keeps you fresh with plant-based actives like sage oil and coconut oil. And since you're never going to not need deodorant, Kopari made it so you never have to run out. You can subscribe and get automatically, oh my God, I can't speak. You can subscribe and get deodorant automatically shipped to your door as often as you choose for free. Kopari offers a money-back guarantee, so if you've been thinking about switching to a cleaner deodorant, this is the time and the best way to do it. Go to koparibeauty.com/toast to get 15% off your monthly subscription orders. That's Kopari, Kopari, beauty.com/toast, koparibeauty.com/toast. Sign on, smell amazing.
Yeah,
without
truly.
chemicals.
From the inside out. I love Kopari. You know who I think would like Kopari?
Someone from our next story?
Brad Pitt.
I think he would too.
He's pretty natural. He dated Kourtney Kardashian in our dreams. Bless
Excuse
you.
me.
getting sick, my friend.
I think so.
Wow, take it
easy. I need to take it easy. I'm supposed to have dinner tonight and tomorrow night, but I think
what's with all these dinners?
You know what? I've been finding that I'm really glad you asked. That because like for the last like 18 months, my time at home has been so limited. I think for the first half of going on tour, whenever I was home, I was like, I need to be home. But then it's like if I am only in bed every time I'm home, like when am I ever going to see my friends? So I've really been making like in the last few months like an active choice to like see people on the weeknights, but it's like I'm so tired.
So tired, but like you could do it all. I mean, you had 4 drinks last night and you showed up here on time. I watched The Crown and I overslept. You just like you can't plan.
That's so true.
You know, the person being responsible, like it was irresponsible.
Man plans, God laughs.
So what are you doing tonight?
I was gonna have maybe like a sushi dinner, but I'm just really not feeling good.
Okay, take it easy.
Maybe I'll take it easy today.
And then tomorrow night, what are we going to do?
But also, I find it really difficult to go out on the weeknights and also show up here having watched all my television.
Right.
And if I have a drink at dinner and then come home and watch Real Housewives, like I don't remember what happens.
No, that's how I feel too. But you could do that last night because there was nothing on.
Right. I always forget because Monday nights are so heavy in the beginning of the year. We have Bachelor, Dancing with the Stars. We have 2 hours.
We have Vanderpump Rules sometimes.
Yeah. So now we're in a season where there's nothing on Monday nights, and it's kind of lovely.
Yeah.
It's a great way to like ease into the week.
Well, speaking of having a drink, Brad Pitt opens up about past mistakes in drinking.
He's been talking, he's been opening up a lot.
He's been an open book. Quote, it was a disservice to myself as an escape. I mean, I just love him, and any glimpse that we can get into his
inner mind
is so welcome, and he's just so wise.
It seems like now he's really on the straight and narrow. Like he's a good role model now.
Yeah. Brad Pitt has a new lease on life. In a conversation with Anthony Hopkins for Interview Magazine, published on Monday, Pitt reflected on his past mistakes and why his struggles may have been necessary to get him to the place he is in today. Quote, I'm realizing, it is the year of realizing stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm realizing, he said, as a real act of forgiveness for myself for all of the choices that I've made that I'm not proud of, that I value those missteps because they led me to some wisdom, which led to something else.
Do you think Angelina reads these interviews and rolls her eyes, or it's like she was trying to change a man for so long and it was obvious that a lot of his toxic behavior was happening during their marriage, so now she's like, oh, of course the second I leave you're normal?
No, I think she's not even reading these interviews. She's just throwing the magazines across the room.
Yeah, I feel what an interesting marriage they were. When they first got together, it was so radioactive, with the whole Jennifer Aniston thing, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, did they blur the lines, were they together before him and Jen broke up? And it ended up being the most stable, we thought, marriage. Not only did they get married, they had 1,000 kids, they were philanthropists, they had this really humble life. And now it's all coming out that he was so nuts, they had to land the plane, alcohol. So what an important couple in pop culture history.
They really are. And I just really feel badly because I feel I was on the wrong side of it.
Whose side were you on?
Angelina.
What, during the marriage? Or?
The whole time. I just totally shipped Angelina and Brad. I thought they were endgame. Who cares if we're stomping all over Jennifer Aniston's heart? It's not about her.
Yeah.
And now I'm just oh my God, can Brad and Jen get back together?
Yeah, no, I actually low-key think that would be crazy, but not that crazy anymore, you know?
No, not at all.
I do actually feel bad for Jennifer Aniston because she's a really accomplished actress, but all she'll ever be known for was being the woman that Brad Pitt left for Angelina Jolie. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think that a week has gone by since 2008 where she hasn't been on the cover of a tabloid talking about Brad.
Or talking about just her relationships.
But it's not her. It's the media.
It's the media.
It's actually terrible.
It's really such a crazy thing that happened.
Yeah, and for a while I feel they shut up because she was with Justin Theroux, but now she's not with Justin Theroux.
So she needs to get back together with Brad, and I just want to issue an apology. Even though we didn't have a show and I never said anything, in my heart I just felt some type of way, and I feel that really swayed what happened.
You want to hear something really interesting? Because someone posted in the Toasters group a little while ago. I finally read that interview John Mayer did with Rolling Stone that caused him to take that 5-year break, move to Montana, where everyone thought he was the biggest douchebag in the world, and he definitely said some really off-color things in the interview, but I didn't think it was that douchebaggy, the way he was just talking about sex with women, but he spoke a lot about Jennifer Aniston, and I don't think I ever realized that was the one that got away. For me, I always thought that Katy Perry was the one that got away from John Mayer, but I actually think it was Jennifer Aniston. This article was really interesting. I just thought of it as a fling, he dated Jessica Simpson. I just thought Jennifer Aniston was just as much of a fling as Jessica Simpson was, but he wasn't, and he wouldn't even really talk about Jessica Simpson or any of the other celebrities that he dated in that article. out of respect to Jen, he's like, I don't want her name to be in the same article as Jessica Simpson. That's literally what he said. It was just like, it was really shocking.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because I just don't think of them. I always forget that they dated.
Maybe they should get back together.
No, I actually think that they could. It seems like he's really matured a lot, and that's what she wanted from him. He was like a 35-year-old like kid because he became like a rock star. But now he's so stable that I actually think the time might be right for them. Even though I do hold out hope for him and Katy Perry. Like, them showing up at the Grammys together when she wore that gray dress and he wore that blue velvet suit, like, that will forever be the most iconic moment in pop culture history.
What about John Mayer and Taylor Swift?
Toxic.
Like, your two number ones.
Toxic. I don't ship them at all. Like, I do not think they could want more different things in life. I think that what really drew them to each other was, like, their love of songwriting, but that's not enough to hold a marriage and kids. Like, they are so different, but they just both love writing music, and I think they had and still have a lot of respect for each other in the songwriting sphere, but I do not think by any means that they are right for each other.
Understood.
If I were to ship Taylor with anyone that she previously dated, it would obviously be Harry Styles, because I do think in a lot of ways they're perfect.
They're so wrong for each other.
Perfect.
I ship her and Tom Hiddleston. I don't know why it didn't work.
Yeah, actually, I know
they were perfect for each other.
I know that in the Taylor Swift fandom, he is the least favorite boyfriend of hers, but I actually think the best boyfriend for her was Calvin Harris.
No, he's the least favorite boyfriend for her because, like, he totally disrespected her.
Oh, no, the way they ended was awful, and, like, the fact that he was, like, tweeting things about his beard, and then that whole how deep is your love thing, like, he was so disrespectful, and I did not like that at all, but I liked who she was in that relationship. She was just a cool girl who took her jet to Vegas to see her boyfriend DJing at Omnia.
Yeah.
With Haim.
But I don't think that she likes who she was. Like, I think that was the beginning of the end.
She was caring about the wrong things back then.
Yeah.
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 I'm cool with Joe. I just don't know him enough.
I love Calvin Harris, like, but I don't think that they were right together. It was too good to be true.
Have you ever seen that picture of Calvin Harris's penis?
No, maybe.
I have now seen two pictures, one video and one picture of Calvin Harris's penis.
Dropbox, right?
Oh no! Well, I saw it. I saw the picture, it circulated on Twitter. Like, you can find it. I'm not sure if it's even real, but then I saw a little boomerang video thing of a penis that he sent to someone, and it was quite shocking. Like, it was extraterrestrial.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah,
good for him. But I don't participate in celebrity nudes.
No, I don't either.
Fifth and final story. A little linguistic news.
Okay, you can't do that. Like inflection in your voice.
Fifth and final story, a lot of linguistic news.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's not biz news?
It's not.
The word linguistics gives me post-traumatic stress disorder because when I was a freshman at NYU, I had to take a general arts and science class for 4 credits, and Olivia was a senior, and she also did. So we decided to take one together because we were in college together for 1 year, and we're like, let's take a class together. And we took this class called Linguistics of the World. Languages of the World. No, sorry, it was Linguistics, Languages of the World, and I got an F.
I know.
I got an F. Olivia got a C, and you know what? I was really happy to take the F because if she got the F, she wouldn't have been able to graduate because she needed the credits. And they said you have to retake it if you want to get the credits, and I never retook it. It was too traumatizing. It was the hardest fucking class.
So did you have to take 5 classes one semester for extra credit?
No. So what I did was I was always taking 18 credits every semester instead of 16 because I took a 2-credit voice lesson. So in 2 semesters, I got it all back.
Got it. Sweet. Well, Dictionary.com's word of the year for 2019 is existential.
Ooh, what does it mean?
Way existential, bro. What does it mean?
I know, like, existential crisis, but I still don't even know what that means.
We define the adjective existential in 2 senses. The first is of or relating to existence. You can't use the word in the definition.
I agree.
That's Dictionary 101.
Yeah, come on, Miriam.
Entering English in the late 1600s, this existential is often used when the fact of someone or something's being, its very existence, is at stake. An existential threat to a species, for example, plus its continued existence in real concrete peril.
And what qualifies for being word of the year?
Our second sense of existential is concerned with the nature of human existence as determined by the individual's freely made choices.
I have a question. Why did you pick this story?
Because I think words of the year are so interesting.
It was Justice last year.
Yes, it was.
For which we were definitely responsible.
But then also, there's a difference between Dictionary.com's word of the year and Merriam-Webster.
What's this?
This is Dictionary.com.
Oh, this is lowbrow.
No, Merriam-Webster is thirsty. She's like, thought, selfie.
Yeah, by the way, Merriam is very thirsty.
And I do feel as though Dictionary.com really tries to pick a word that like sums up the times. And I do feel as though everyone feels as though we are living in existential times.
What does that mean?
Like, it's the end of life.
How so?
Like, it's just, like such crises.
Well, if it is the end of life, I want to go out looking snatched. You know, I want to look my absolute best for the end of the world, and I think the only way to do that is to sign up for Noom.
100%.
If you have specific goals you want to achieve, or you have achieved, basically, Noom, here, this is how they describe it. Noom is a habit-changing solution that helps users learn to develop a new relationship with food through personalized courses. And I told you guys the craziest story was that I went to the doctor for a checkup, and she was asking me if I use any apps to like count calories or track my food, and I was like, actually, because she goes, the only one I really recommend, I think a lot of them are Buhagi, is Noom. And I said, excuse me, did you go to noom.com/toast? Based in psychology, Noom teaches you why you do the things you do and arms you with the tools to break the bad habits and replace them with better ones. They say it's based on cognitive behavioral approach, but we just say it works. Noom is not a diet. It is a healthy and easy to stick to way of life. No food is considered good, bad, or off limits on Noom. They teach you moderation and can be used in conjunction with many pre-existing popular diets if you want. That's kind of why I like it. As someone who makes poor food choices, I think for me just to expect myself to like stop eating what I eat altogether, like that's kind of unrealistic and will lead me to go crazy and just like go off the rails. But if I can have what I like in moderation, I think that's a really healthy way of thinking about things. Noom is I can't even speak. Noom is the biggest.
So excited you are about Noom.
I know. It's one of the biggest and most accurate food databases available that lets you track your meal habits, visualize portion sizes, and see calorie density at a glance. We are all strapped for time. Noom is just asking you to commit 10 minutes a day for yourself. You are human. If you go off track, there's no shaming, just tips to help you get back on track tomorrow. You don't have to change it all in one day. Take small steps to make big progress. Sign up for your trial today at noom.com/toast. What do you have to lose? Visit noom.com/toast, noom.com/toast to start your trial today. That's noom.com/toast, the last weight loss program you'll ever need.
Sign on, feel amazing.
Okay, so existential is word of the year. I think like in the being inspired by Cher Horowitz, we should try and use the word existential in everyday life.
100%, and also
hopefully sporadically.
She does use the word existential, and I just want to give you a little bit more context for why
she?
Cher Horowitz.
Oh,
yeah. The word existential framed the conversation of the stories that defined 2019 across topics across the globe, from business and education to science and sports. They give a bunch of different highlights that like really highlight this existential crises we live in: Hong Kong protests, Brexit, big tech, Notre Dame fire. You know?
No, I still don't.
Well, they do. Oh, and the runner-up for word of the year, are you ready for it? Non-binary.
See, that I do feel really encapsulates the essence of 2019.
100%. Interesting.
Speaking of the...
And also existential as it relates to like climate change is a big one.
Speaking of the Notre Dame fire, I feel like it was such a big story. Like, what happened? Did they rebuild?
I think they are rebuilding. They got so much money.
Did they?
Yeah.
Remember when like I put up a meme about it and like you couldn't make jokes about it? People were so crazy sensitive. Because like everyone was posting pictures of them in Paris being like, oh, so sad what's happening in Paris. Like, we got you went to Paris. And I put up a hilarious Whitney Cummings tweet and literally people came for me so hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like after with Notre Dame what happened, like so many people were so devastated about like a building that went on fire.
No, but
and they gave so much money, and then all these other crises were happening, and like people are like, you weep for Notre Dame, but not like actual
like nobody
people
died.
being murdered. Yeah,
it is really sad. Like it's a religious space, and we're not diminishing that at all. But I definitely see why it can be frustrating to like. You can't even rally people to give a shit about like the Santa Ana winds, but like here we are, we're all posting pictures.
Yeah, no, you can't rally people to clean up that
Susan Center.
Right, but like.
Oh, I asked TPG about like the Boeing drama, and he hadn't heard about the Susan field. So I was telling him like the Kardashian whole thing, and he was just saying like Boeing is having a year.
Okay, and I just like this isn't necessarily a business show, but I'm about to give some stock advice. I feel like you should short Boeing because like after this Kardashians episode, like they're just gonna go in the tank. I feel it.
Oh, 1,000%. But I don't own any Boeing stocks. So.
But you can like instead of buying stock, you can just like buy a short.
I understand that you saw The Big Short.
I did.
But I still don't know what that means.
It's such a good movie.
You know, I watched it, I started it, and I just couldn't get through it. And I'm surprised that people like love it so much because I really didn't like it.
It's brilliant. Like, not only is it a good movie, but you learn so much about what happened in 2008. And I remember I was just a sophomore in high school, and there was a recession, but like, how do things recede? And they all just happened on one day. But it was like, no, it was the date that the loans were scheduled to flop.
The recession was such a crazy time. Like I always forget like when like that part in our lives when like it was a recession, like it really affected a lot of things.
It affected everything.
Like, and as a kid, like, you don't think about the economy, but, like, I remember in our my middle school, every year the 8th graders went to Israel and they had to cancel the trip until an anonymous donor funded the whole thing.
That's very kind. Thank you, donor.
It was very kind, but, like, if I am ever rich enough to, like, be an anonymous donor, like, I'm not being anonymous. Like, I want everyone to know, like, yeah, I'm saving the children's trip. Like, that's me. Like, I want a plaque or something.
Yeah.
Like, or like whenever you're in, like, buildings like hospitals or, like, even like shuls, and said this wing was donated by Anonymous. I'm like, are you kidding? Did you ever see that episode of Curb?
Anonymous, what kind of name is that?
Yeah. Yes, is that a Jewish last name?
Of course.
Where Ted Danson does the whole thing anonymously,
yeah.
and Larry doesn't, and, like, Larry looks like an asshole. There's an episode of Curb for, like, every situation.
There's an episode of Friends for every situation.
That is also true.
Is what I've realized.
Sticky shit.
Is there an episode of Friends about donating, like, to charity?
Yes! Oh my God! Wait, and I told you about it because Joey challenges Phoebe and is like, Joey challenges Phoebe and is like, you can never do a good deed completely selfishly because in a lot of ways you're just doing it to make yourself feel better at the end of the day. Like, no good deed is really selfless. And so she, like, the whole episode, like, does different acts of charity to, like, make it seem like he's wrong, but he actually ends up being right. Like, she lets a bee sting her, but then Joey's like, the bee probably dies after he stings you. So it's not really a good deed.
She'd let a bee sting? I can't. That's why I don't watch Friends. Anyways, it's Giving Tuesday.
Oh, it is Giving Tuesday, so feel free to donate to your local charities, but if you can't think of one, donate to the Gift of Life Bone Marrow Registry. It's a great service, and I think everyone should donate. And you should also be in the registry, okay? Get yourself a swab kit. You just put a Q-tip in your mouth. It takes 10 seconds, okay? You can save someone's life. Don't be an asshole. Thank you guys so much. Oh, so housekeeping announcements. We have merch coming out this Friday, December 6th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time at shopmorningtoast.com. We're going to start teasing the items on our Instagram. So we have holiday sweaters, we have a robe, we have tons of new sweats, lots of apparel. I think you guys are really going to like it. We have beanies. It's going to be really good stuff, so make sure you're following us on Instagram, and you don't miss the drop this Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time at shopmorningtoast.com. Tickets for my tour are available at girlwithnojob.com. If you would like some more premium content, feel free to follow Jackie on TikTok. What's your username now?
Jackie Oshry.
Okay, cute. You couldn't get Jackie O?
I couldn't get anything.
That's terrible.
I couldn't even get Jackie O problems.
You're too late.
No, I think, like, I took it, like, a million years ago, and that's why I tried logging in from every email address I have, and I just was making a million accounts.
Like, I have the TikTok app on my phone, and, like, I've thought many times about posting something, and, like, I just can't think of anything. Like, how do these kids, like, come up with these ideas?
Well, I feel I'm not gonna be a TikToker. Like, they're so creative, and it's really like Vine, those funny videos that are, like, spliced together. But I just, like, want to dance and sing, and I want to do it in a place where other people dance and sing.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's very much your community.
I think so, too.
Thank you guys so much for listening to the Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we go live.
And yes, I just got a question. Holiday stuff ships immediately. Everything is in stock.
If you're ordering it as a Christmas gift for someone, it'll come in a few days.
With ample time for the holidays. We have such fun stuff that you haven't even seen yet. I was just remembering ornaments.
Oh, yeah.
Toasty ornaments. Ornaments.
We have stockings, if you want to put them on your mantle. Stuff a little...
We have onesies,
something.
We have robes, we have sweatshirts, we have, like, ugly Christmas, ugly Hanukkah sweatshirts that are, like, not actually ugly. And it's just a really good time. So we will see you on Friday at shopmorningtoast.com, but we will also see you tomorrow right here. I'm so sorry for oversleeping everyone. I let you down, and it won't happen again.
Thank you so much for listening to the Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. So feel free to subscribe to us on YouTube and give us a video a thumbs up. We are also available as a podcast pretty much anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Podcast Radio, iHeartRadio, all the places, all the radios. So please subscribe to us anywhere you listen to podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review about how stunning, smart, and beautiful we are. We love you guys so much. Have a wonderful Tuesday. We will see you tomorrow.